Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're playing AirX 2020, and for most of you, you probably never heard of this game before, so I want to introduce it to you. This is more of a pilot training simulator game than police RP, as you can probably see by aircraft. It says spawn aircraft, and the name, you can probably tell. But this game is super cool, so I was going to check it out for the channel. So let's go ahead and get on our plane here. And as you can see, like right off the bat, the interior just looks super amazing. But you haven't really seen anything yet, really. The map is just now loading in. It looks a lot more detailed here in a second here. Once it all gets loaded in. It takes a second, no matter what computer you have. I have a pretty strong PC, and it's still taking a little while. But this aircraft, of course, it just spawns in midair because it's kind of hard to control anything, especially if you're new. Controlling this thing can be a nightmare. I remember for just starting out, like, this thing is terrible to control. But as you can see, like, look at all this detail in here. This is amazing. If you look at all the roads, all the streets in here, it's kind of a, I don't know how they do it, but it's super detailed, especially from the air. The air gives it a super nice look, and the sunset is to our right here. So as you can see, it actually works by your control on your keyboard. You may remember Pilot Training Simulator. They do the mouse thing, and you can actually have that option if you want it to control it with the mouse. But I'm not going to do that right now. What you do is you use your keyboard, you use WASD, that's how I say it at least, WASD, to move this little thing right here, the control thing. I don't know what to call it, like the steering wheel almost, but for aircrafts. So that's how you use it, just WASD, and then you can use your little pedals here, which help you move from side to side. You can use Q and E. That's how you do that. But look at that sunset, yo. That's just amazing. And then you look out here, and you could see all the tiny little houses over there. You could see the tiny little houses over here. It just looks great because, see, even if you move the wing up, you could see a bit better. Like, so much detail. You could see way back there. You could see over there. There's a city over there. I think that's San Francisco. We could actually check our map by pressing M. And as you can see, you get the whole world. It's not just, you don't just get San Francisco, you get all these airports, and I would go travel to each and every one of them for you, but I really cannot, considering that even to LA kind of is a realistic time frame. They keep it really realistic. Like, if you look at my travel path, this whole time we just went here, and now we're circling back around a little bit. But, you know, it is a realistic flight time. It's not just, you know, you're there in 10 minutes or whatever from LA to wherever, New York. You're not there in 10 minutes. It's going to take you a long time, especially in an aircraft like this. It is a realistic timing system. So they've done a lot of detailing to this map. And I don't know, we might head to San Francisco, which is over there, in just a bit here. I'm still unfamiliar with the controls exactly and how it works, but I do know it is super realistic because you got your throttle here, you got your mixture, whatever that means, your trim wheel, you got your pedals, like as I've shown, they work, and you got all these systems. Like, I could turn this off if I wanted to, if I needed to, for whatever reason, all these systems, all that stuff. So, but I'm not going to, of course. I don't know what all these controls do exactly, but you can view this if I needed to get a better view of it. Your speed, I think I can increase the throttle a little bit by moving my mouse up. I'm still, like I said, I'm still unfamiliar with the controls. It's kind of new to me. You know, sometimes it just kind of, I'm letting go, and it's kind of just doing its own thing, and I'm not too good at understanding why it does that. But for people who understand, it is aerodynamic visualization. They have an option for that. So if you press V, you can get an outer view of the plane, and by pressing P, you get an aerodynamic visualization view. I'm sorry. And you can tell all this, I don't know, all the aerodynamics it's getting, I guess. Which is pretty nice. It's actually a really, if you know how to read this stuff, that is actually really, really cool. And, you know, I'm kind of freaking out over it, even though I don't really know jack squat about it. So I think that's a really cool feature. Let's see. Air static, what does this do? I have no idea. I'm just kind of testing the controls here. I know the key actually turns it off, so I turned it off before. That did not go well. Did not go in my favor. I got like super far down, and then I finally figured out how to turn it on. I think this is our autopilot. Auto something. I don't know though. Reset on. And I wish that was our autopilot, because I don't think it is though, because it's kind of doing weird stuff. It's bringing me way up here, which I can obviously tell I'm not level, because if you look at this thing right here, once you line up with the little runway lines it has there, once your pink and yellow lines line up, then that means you're straight. And also when your nose is like at the horizon level, you know you're straight. I learned that from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Or at least a video I watched. I don't actually have the game, unfortunately. I might get it. Let me know what you want to see, if you want to see Microsoft Flight Simulator on this channel. Not too good at it, so we'll definitely have to be compromising a little bit. But yeah, this is interesting. This is a really nice game. Just from what I've seen, it's super nice, and I don't know jack squat about any of this. Let's see, what does cabin air do? Cabin air. Maybe I'll know what this stuff does, but I have no idea, so we're just kind of guessing. Oh, like we're gaining speed here. Okay. See, I'm turning up the mixture by holding plus. Plus apparently increases the speed by turning up the mixture. I'm not sure why. Don't ask me, I have no idea. But now we got the little speedometer on the screen here. We're going in knots, of course. But there is San Francisco right there. That's actually a beautiful sight to see. And you got all these little fields. Like, look at those fields in there. And you can fly. I flew for hours earlier. Hours, I'm telling you. And I flew in this direction over here. And from 1 hour, going from this little center here, I flew all the way, I'd say, to around here. Took me an hour. It's ridiculously far, but if you can make it all the way down, I heard someone actually made it to like London and stuff, and like on one of the servers I was in earlier, they actually made it all the way to London. I'm not sure which way they flew, but I assume it was this way. Like, but look at this guy. Okay, I'm not sure, did he spawn over here? How did that work? Okay. Well, okay, he's actual. That's interesting. He's kind of spawned over there, I guess. I don't know how you do that. That'd be pretty cool to learn. Like if I could spawn in like London or somewhere in Europe. I love London, by the way. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of London. But here's the city. It's a fairly nice city. Like, look at that. All those houses and stuff. Like, it doesn't even need to be like too detailed down here, but from the air it just looks amazing. The fact that you can look over your shoulder and just see all these buildings everywhere, and the fact that it goes on for miles and miles and miles as far as the eye can see. Like those mountains, they just look like mountains in the background. They're not just mountains in the background. They're in an actual place. Like, they look like those mountains right there, or those mountains over there. Like, they're actually covered with streets and buildings and stuff like that. What have you on a mountain type of stuff. Plains and all that stuff. Crops, I guess. I don't know, I should say. But, yeah, I think this game's super realistic, and I just kind of wanted to show it off. We're not going to really go very far. I don't have a purpose for today other than just to show y'all around a little bit. But, yeah, this is, as you can see, our flight plan here. I still don't entirely understand the flight stuff, because I could set a waypoint. Oh, what the heck? Okay, I don't know why my map's doing that. Oh, my aircraft. Crap. But you can set a waypoint to like a different airport if you want to. something like that, and you can actually fly there if you know how to get there. You gotta actually follow the map and stuff. But like I was saying earlier, look at these mountains. They actually have cities and roads and trees and everything. It's not just curvy hills. It's trees. It's like I said, it's buildings. It's highways. Like as you can see, the closer you get, you know, the less detailed they look. But from a distance, they look super good. Like it looks amazing. So make sure you leave a like on this game, guys. The game will be in the description down below. Also, the group will be as well. I wouldn't go to the game from the group because the group doesn't actually have the game listed. It was made individually, I guess. So I'll definitely leave a link to this game, and make sure you join it and check it out for yourself. It doesn't get as much attention as it should, I would say. It should definitely get more attention than it does. So I think that's gonna be it, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to smash the like button. If you didn't, you already know what to do. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I post content like this pretty often, or I will if you want me to. And by the way, y'all, school is starting back up tomorrow, so for me at least, let me know when school's starting back up for you guys, if you are in school, that is. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. Might do a live stream on Friday, just depending on how busy school makes me. We'll have to see. I'll still be active with YouTube, so I'm not going to quit on YouTube or anything weird. So that's gonna be it. Once again, Steven out.